Hello, dear friends and my dear students. I hope you all are doing good and staying safe at home. Here I am back with my new video of chapter number 6, Plant Water Relation. So plants obtain variety of substances like water, mineral, nutrients, food, gases like oxygen and CO2 from the surrounding. The water helps the cell to maintain their turgidity and its shape. So let's have a look on the properties of a water. It is an inert inorganic compound with neutral pH in pure form, and due to that water is a best transporting medium for dissolved minerals and food molecules. It is an essential raw material for photosynthesis in plants. It acts as a thermal buffer due to high specific heat, high heat of vaporization and high heat of fusion also. The water molecule have good adhesive and cohesive forces of attraction. Now, water absorbing organ. So as we all know, in plants, root are the main organ which absorb water and mineral from the soil. So root, it is a main organ of water and mineral absorption. In terrestrial plant, terrestrial means which grows on land. So in terrestrial plants, water absorbed in the form of liquid from the soil, and in epiphytic plant, epiphytes means which grows under water. So in epiphytic plants, it absorbs water vapors from the air with the help of epiphytic roots which are present in the epiphytic plants. The root hair, it is a cytoplasmic extension of the epidermal cell which helps in the absorption of water. So we will have a study of the structure of a root hair. So as we all know, root hair is a cytoplasmic extension of the epiblema or epidermal cell. Each root hair is approximately 1 to 10 millimeter long, and it is a tube-like structure. In this diagram you can relate, this is a tube-like structure, and it is colorless, unbranched, short-lived and very delicate, but it helps in the absorption of water from the soil. It has a large central vacuole, which is a hollow vacuole is present in the center, which is surrounded by a thin film of cytoplasm, plasma membrane and thin cell wall, which is double layered. So cell wall, you can see it is a double layered. Outer layer, it is composed of pectin, and the inner layer, it is made up of cellulose. So cell wall which is present here, it is freely permeable, but the plasma membrane, it is selectively permeable only. So this is a structure of root hair. Now the water available to the root for the absorption. Plant absorb water from the rhizosphere. Rhizosphere means it is a microenvironment surrounding the root. So plant always absorb water from the rhizosphere. So water present in the soil, it occurs in the 4 different forms: the gravitational water, hygroscopic water, combined water and the capillary water. So I'll just brief you about these what the water types are. So water percolates deep due to the gravity in the soil. It is known as gravitational water, but this is not available for the absorption of the plant. Then the what is hygroscopic? It is a fine soil particle absorb water and hold it. It is known as hygroscopic water, but this is also not available for the root to absorb. Then what is combined water? It is a water present in the form of hydrated oxides of the silicon or aluminium. It is called combined water. This is also not available to plants for the absorption. Then some amount of water which is available is known as capillary water. So it is present between the neighboring soil particles due to the capillarity action. So this is known as capillary water, and this capillary water is only available for the absorption of the plants. Next is absorption of water by roots from the soil. So root hair, as we had already discussed in the structure of root hair absorb water by employing 3 physical processes: imbibition, diffusion and osmosis. So we'll take it one by one. What is imbibition? Imbibition, best example I'll just let you know. Imbibition, when you are putting any resins in the water, it will swallow. So that process of swallowing any resin is known as imbibition. So it is a swelling up of hydrophilic colloid due to the absorption of water in plant also. So substances that absorb water is called imbibent, and during imbibition water molecule gets tightly absorbed without formation of the solution. What is the significance of imbibition in the plant? It is significant in soaking seeds and swelling up of the dried resins. Then diffusion. Diffusion means dispersion. So it can be defined as the movement of ion atoms, molecules of a substance from the region to the higher concentration to the region of lower concentration due to the kinetic energy. So diffusion result in the diffusion pressure, which is denoted by dP, which is directly proportional to the number of diffusion particles. So this is about diffusion. dPd, it is a diffusion pressure deficit. The difference in the diffusion pressure of pure solvent and the solvent in a solution is called dPd, or it is also known as suction pressure. So what is the significance of it? The diffusion is significant in plants in the absorption of water, minerals, and conduction of water against gravity, exchanges of gases, and transportation and distribution of the food. So diffusion is significant in the plant. Then next is osmosis. You all must be aware about the osmosis process. So it is a process by which water enter into the cytoplasm of root hair cell. It is a specific type of diffusion of solvent through a semi-permeable membrane. Osmosis is always of two types, exoosmosis and endoosmosis. Exoosmosis, when solvent is migrated from cell to the outside environment. So it causes flaccidity. Flaccidity means it is a shrinkage of the cell. So exoosmosis, when solvent is coming out of the cell. So that is how the cell will shrink. In endoosmosis, the migration of the solvent into the cell, and it will cause turgidity of the cell. Turgidity means the cell will get swallowed. So if in exoosmosis the cell solvent will come out of the cell, and in endoosmosis the solvent will enter or migrate into the cell. So turgidity increases the turgor pressure of the cell. So what is osmotic pressure? The pressure exerted due to the osmosis process is called osmotic pressure. So the dPd, diffusion pressure deficit, will be equal to the osmotic pressure minus turgor pressure. Now what is water potential, which is denoted by psi? Water always flow from less negative potential to more negative water potential. So the chemical potential, free energy per molecule in a chemical system is called of water is called water potential. What are the factors affect the water absorption? So what are the factors which are responsible or which affects the absorption of water through the root? So one is rate of water absorption is maximum at soil temperature between 20 to 30 degrees centigrades. Okay. Number two is presence of capillary water is essential, which affect the absorption. Number three is high concentration of solute in soil water reduces the rate of absorption of water. Okay. Number four is poorly aerated soil shows poor absorption. Number five, increased transpiration accelerate the rate of absorption of water. So these are the five factors which are responsible or which affect the absorption of water. So I hope you would understand the relationship of plant and water and how roots are helpful in absorption of water. In my next video, we will study about plasmolysis and mechanism of absorption of water. Thank you for watching my video.